Or I'll talk to adults now who say, "Oh, I used to watch that all the time when I was in second grade," and you're like, "Oh no, I'm old because you're a grown man now."
Okay, if it's okay with you, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
straight up asking questions about you, about SNL, 50 years of SNL, and the years keep passing by, realities keep changing, but SNL after 50 seasons is still SNL. Now that you are inside SNL for a long time now, why do you think that is?
Wow. I mean, I know Lauren's talked about they're kind of an equal opportunity offender in terms of just commenting on the culture as a whole. So I think obviously as the culture changes, the show adapts with it. It's not married to like a specific moment in time. It's just adapting along with the culture. So I think that's kind of one of the reasons for its staying power. It just kind of goes with the times, if that makes sense.
It totally makes sense. That's why it keeps feeling always so fresh and so
New,
funny and new.
especially political stuff and the current events, as well as pop culture and entertainment. It's just kind of constantly commenting on society, which is changing. So I think that the show evolves and adapts so quickly is part of the reason why it's been 50 years, which is insane. It started before I was born. So to be a part of it's very surreal.
Well,
It's insane.
nowadays, I believe it still feels surreal for you, but at the same time, you're used to be in front of a professional camera, working with directors and being on film set. But do you remember like your beginnings, your first steps on SNL, and how were they? And is there anything that has stayed the same inside of you?
Right. I started as a writer, and I just remember the first time walking into 8H, the studio, and that was definitely a wild moment that I still vividly remember. Just to be there, having seen it on TV. Obviously, the set changes from time to time. They'll like redo it, but just seeing like the grand central clock and the home base stage where the host comes out. I remember that being a moment of, oh, I'm here. This is real. It still feels very surreal, and there's definitely pinch me moments that you have every once in a while. When the band starts playing the intro song, usually it's when the band starts playing the SNL intro song and you hear the titles and they're shifting the sets. That's kind of always reminds me, oh, that's right. This is SNL. It's been on for so long, and I'm here. So there's definitely moments like that.
It's so crazy because, of course, you still got these moments, but from, I don't know if you remember, of course you do, but that video of David Blaine's Street Magic.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that? Yes,
Sí, muy a long time ago.
Long time ago.
Pasado, yes. Feel very old. I'll talk to kids or I'll talk to adults now who say, "Oh, I used to watch that all the time when I was in second grade," and you're like, "Oh no, I'm old because you're a grown man now." So it's pretty wild. But yes, those were so much fun back in the early days of YouTube. Like that was very early YouTube.
That was really early YouTube. I used to watch that video all the time.
Oh,
and
that's awesome.
Of course, it's still you, but at the same time, I believe a lot should have changed, right? A lot changed in your way, like of acting, of approaching different things.
See. In terms of like comedy and comedic sensibility.
Yeah. Do you think that SNL was like, in a way, a great teacher for you to evolve in all these little aspects of being an actor?
Right. I mean, it's definitely the best. I mean, it's like the best job to have because you do so much from week to week. Like there'll be pre-tapes that are like genre, like a take on a spy movie. So you're constantly adapting to genres and obviously playing so many different characters. Sometimes there'll be a cold open written on Friday, and you'll be playing some senator that you've never heard of. So you kind of have to be a quick study to approximate an impression. I'm not like the best impressionist by any means, but you try to kind of get the essence of someone as best you can. So there's just so many skills that it employs within you. So it's definitely, there's nothing else like it, but I feel like if you can work here, you can do a lot of jobs afterward.
Like senator, like
oh yeah, I can be a senator, bye, Luigi from Mario Brothers, anything. Which that's part of the fun, because you're in control of your own destiny here. So if you want to write something and play whoever, you can write it and try and get it on television. So it's truly fantastic, and it goes so fast, which is great for someone with like creative ADD like myself. It just moves, you work, and then it's on Saturday, and then you move on. It's on to the next one.
There's a lot of stuff like being able to, well, you started as a writer, so you know what it's like to pitch ideas, to get turned down, to get some ideas on air. There's always being able to impressionate other people. What would you say today is your favorite thing about Saturday Night Live, about working on SNL?
Ooh, that's tough. Obviously, Saturdays are the best, and if you have material or a sketch in that goes well and like connects with an audience, that's always very rewarding and fun. But like last season with Ryan Gosling, we had a Beavis and Butthead one, and then the next week, or like a couple weeks after, he's like, "Do you want to go to the premiere of his new movie, The Fall Guy, as Beavis and Butthead?" And I was just thinking, like, only SNL, only that job could have resulted in me going to that premiere on that red carpet dressed as Butthead, looking so cool, so insane with that prosthetic head and the mouth. Yeah, that was definitely one of those moments. But it's really, in terms of like, there's so many aspects of it I love, but working with all those people that are so funny every week, it's like a joy. You forget, kind of spoiled in this environment because everyone makes you laugh, so you're constantly laughing all week. So that's definitely one of my favorite parts.
I have just one time for just one question. Mikey, we have seen you through the years. You are so funny. You always been so funny, but I think that now you just grow so much in comedy and in being an actor, and it's such a joy to watch you on SNL. That
Just gracias.
I'm just being honest. So what would it be, one piece of advice that you would give to someone trying to break into comedy today? Because you've been through a lot, and you are in such a good moment that if you could say something to anyone that is trying to make its first steps or whatever.
Right. It was so different when I was starting out, just in terms of technology and the internet. Like, there's so many avenues to get content out there. Like, YouTube was coming around early, I guess, 2006, but I had been doing it for a little bit at that point. And I had started at the Groundlings in Los Angeles. It's a sketch and improv troupe. But I would just say, just start writing your own material and start producing it either in a live space or just getting it out there on the internet. But just getting reps in and doing it and generating material. Because, eventually it'll be seen, whether it's in a live space or, doing it on YouTube or TikTok. There's so many platforms now. But just getting out there and doing it. I know it sounds simple, but it's true. Because at Groundlings, it's like you're just doing a show every week and performing it. So I know it sounds easy. Yeah, just produce your own stuff. But there's lots of avenues out there, even if it's just you're shooting something on your phone,
The
That's
hardest thing is to
wealthy
start, right?
people out there now, and most successful are doing it online. Where you hear, how much money are they making? Oh,
That they be playing
okay.
video. Oh my God, we could be
Yeah.
rich.
That 12-year-old putting makeup on her phone makes how much money? So, yeah, I hope that is decent advice.
It's super decent. The hardest thing to do always is to start.
Super decent. That sounds like the name of a production company. That's going to be the name of my production company. Super decent.
Super decent.
It was super decent.
It's super decent. Why
But
not?
muchas gracias por
Muchas gracias a
hablando
vos.
conmigo. Lo
Thank you so much,
siento
Mikey.
por mi español. Es muy más o menos.
Super decente.
Super decente. Sí. ¿Qué es super en inglés?
Sí, super.
Super.
Super es super. Yeah.
Super en español y inglés. Okay.
Yeah.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you so much. It's been a joy. I'm really happy to be able to speak with you. Thank you so much, and congratulations on doing such a great job and being consistently funny on SNL. That I think that it should be one of the hardest things in the world.
Oh, muchas gracias. That's very nice of you. It was nice meeting you. Thanks for chatting.
Same. Have a great day. Thank you, guys.